Welcome back, everybody, to Season 3 of the Martin Sports Car Club. This time we are sort of in our own backyard, since the club is based out of Orlando, Florida, here at Daytona International Speedway. Today's race is on the road course, not the new NASCAR road course that they have. It is at Daytona Beach. The track length is 3.54 miles of some vicious banking and some infield corners that are more or less flat. We have 33 feet above sea level, which makes sense because it's at Daytona Beach. A nice, easy day for must be around January, February, March, 78 degrees, partly cloudy. And this season is sponsored by Icon Sim Sports, presented by Zane Plumbing Motorsports, and partnered up with Shut Up and Drive It, our official streaming group that they have over there. So check them out on YouTube. All right, so at this time, I'd like to introduce my co-host, Lexi Plumley.
Hi, I am so happy to be back for another week of racing, and I'm really excited to see some new cars for the contest. We all know about the contest. Do we have any new players, Daddy?
We do have some new players, and it's going to be really tough to beat the one that won last week, which was Bradley and his unicorned rainbow BMW Z4.
Oh yeah, you might have seen me went crazy as soon as I saw them. Oh, the cars are off. We missed that.
No, they're actually on their pace lap, so this is their warm-up lap. So, but good eye though. So yeah, cars are on their warm-up lap. They're going to go one full lap around, and let's see if we can go ahead. And whoop, that's the wrong button. That's the one I wanted. Still getting used to the new software. So at on pole, we do have Jesse Olsen actually is on pole. That's just on the warm-up lap is telling you who's in front on the warm-up. But Jesse Olsen has pole, and a lot of the same players that you're used to seeing. But we also have some new players as well. Mark Burt is back. He ran a couple races with us last season. Daniel Curio is here. Dean Dibdahl is back after his move to another state and another house, so glad to see him back with us. And Desmond Au is here, and Bjorn, I think, Mr. Racer
what's
too.
That
so
name with AU?
Yep, Desmond is the first name, and Nicholas
new?
Vincent is here, and of course George, who joined us last week at Mazda, is also here as well. So as the cars are coming around the backstretch bus stop, they're going to start to get a little more organized.
Well, you were on fire. You were at 7. Now you are.
Yep. So as you see the top view, a lot of the cars out there. You do have some cars. It looks like they did participate in seeing who can win the livery this week from Lexi, and a lot of cars are still wearing their sponsorship cars. So well, not wearing the cars, but they're wearing the sponsorship colors on the cars.
May I please go down the leaderboard?
Not yet. How about we start the race first, and then we'll go down the leaderboard. All right, so just about ready for the pace car to pull off Porsche 911. There it is. And now they're setting the field. Jesse Olsen is, and it looks like he's taking an early lead and jump. He is out into the front. Followed by Leland Giddens, who's got to be back as well, and Justin Hall are the first three. Going in the first corner, tires are cold. Oh, Leland a little bit wide there, a little bit squirrely on the front of the brakes. Guys are stacking up just a little bit, which is okay. As they get to the first couple laps here, they're going to need to get some warmth in their tires and brakes. So a lot of people tiptoeing. Oh no, it looks like Bob Blucher. Bob Blucher ran into the back of Dean, took him completely out. Ramped him right up the front end of that Ferrari.
Oh, Jesse, I will not call you she anymore.
Okay, that's a good thing.
I hope.
All right, so there we have everyone's just kind of fighting a little bit on the infield. That looks like a cool car. Is that Bradley? It looks like Jaws.
Shark!
Probably doing that for Shark Week.
Oh, they know about Shark Week?
Yeah.
Everyone know that car is amazing.
Yep, and there's there's Bradley. Yep, he's got another.
That's Bradley?
That's Bradley again after winning last week. I think he's figured out what you like. What do you think?
Well, I do like that light blue color, and I do like pink. I like that car.
All right, so it's Justin Hall. I'm sorry, it was Justin Hall in the Jaws Shark Week themed car.
Why is it breathing fire?
Well, that's the fun part of it. Maybe.
Wait, is it breathing out or breathing in?
No, I think it's breathing out fire, maybe.
But then it would be a shark dragon. It's
Maybe.
dragon.
Well, sometimes it can be a shark when he's driving.
Dragon.
All right, so looking at the leaderboard up there, guys are just getting past their first lap, pretty much up to speed with good temps in the tires. All right, so Lexi, now how about you go ahead and do the leaderboard after Jesse Olsen just posted a 1:48 fastest lap of the race.
Jesse, great job. Leland, Bradley, Justin, Mark,
Yeah,
Mike.
Mark, you got it.
Is he new?
Oh, he's been with us before.
Zane.
Who's that?
Well,
Just kidding, it's me.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
'cause
Desmond.
Dimitri,
Desmond.
Desmond.
She's only 7, Desmond. Give her a break. She's learning how to read.
Junie, Bob, George, Bjorn, Bananaman, Dean, Declan,
Daniel.
Daniel, Noodles?
Noodles Vincent. That might be a new nickname I might have to put up for him. It's Nicholas. I know you had noodles for dinner.
Wait, it was like mac and cheese though.
Yes. And last on the board.
Is Chris.
Yes. Last time you called him Crispy, he said he didn't like that. So I'll bring that up just because he said he didn't like it.
I'm sorry.
All right, Jesse Olsen in command with Leland Giddens right behind him, less than a second, so he's probably using a good draft. And Bradley second back after that, and Justin Hall is quite on Bradley's rear end there. So we got a couple wrecks. Who's that? That's Bob. Bob Blucher. Looks like he went around there a little bit. Who else?
Well, the leaderboard is just on fire. Like, it's going
Yes.
crazy. I don't think I can read it again because it's going, what happened to you, Daddy? You were up there and now you're like,
it's-
why is everything going down there?
It's thinking. There were some wrecks that were going on, so it's
thinking.
updating.
Well, it
Yep.
seems like it's in order.
All right,
now.
let's check out some battles here. See how far. So, yep, we had some wrecks, and the leaderboard is working around.
Is that their last names?
Yes, that's just their last names over there.
Okay. Man.
All right, so while the leaderboard is correcting itself, it looks like Bjorn was one of those drivers who is now into the pit. He must have had a pretty bad wreck and is probably taking a tow. Also with Nicholas Vincent was probably the other car, that blue car that was in there as well with Bob Blucher. So those guys are definitely getting a tow back to the pit, and looks like things have pretty much set themselves straight. So we do have Jesse Olsen out in front with Leland with a close, like half a second behind him. So glad that things are still tight at the front as you see the guys going through the bus stop. So how about pick a name up there?
For what?
I don't know, just pick a name. We're gonna go jump in their car, take a lap around.
Daddy.
Oh boy, that might not be a good thing. Oh, who else spun? Desmond. Desmond spun, and who else? There's Junie. Junie got either taken out or had to go off track for that one as well. So a lot of craziness already going on. Daytona is usually a pretty straightforward course. Oh, there's Junie again, tried to get on the power a little too much. Maybe he has a damaged car. Yep, I'm sure he does.
I choose Noodles. Is it Nichols?
Yes, it's Nicholas.
But if it's, wait, Nicholas, does that mean he's a nickel?
No, it's like Old St. Nicholas, like Santa Claus. That's another name.
Yeah.
All right, so how about Dean?
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna jump into your car if you don't mind. We're gonna sit right next to you.
All right, here we are in Dean's BMW Z4 GT3 car, and we are on the gyro cam. I selected that one because I wanted to see when they got to the high banks just how much these banks are actually tilted, from one side to the other. It's actually 31.5 degrees around most of the banks in NASCAR 1, 2, and 3, 4, except for the tri-oval. That one is a little bit less. So here is Dean looking like he is trying to catch up to me out on the Audi. I did have a spin there, and I gave up about 9 seconds worth of time. Yes?
When he stops spinning like that, you can see that there's rainbow buttons. Why are there so many rainbow buttons?
So it's easier for the drivers, instead of trying to read the little letters, they just look, oh, purple button, that does this. It
But
just
there are
helps
more
them.
than one color, so they have to read it. Green,
Correct.
green, red,
Yep.
yellow. Purple button. And also they have to press all those buttons too. They
Well,
can tell by
not all the time. Those are like just in case something happens.
Like
Alright.
if they get too sweaty, they choose that button.
Well, there is an AC button right there. You're right. All right, so coming into the tri-oval to the front start finish line, going into turn 1, cars are doing about $150 or so, and then they come down off the banking and onto the brakes, and also while they're turning at the same time, you can see that the cars do struggle a little bit trying to gain some grip through there. So I'm sure Dean, being a little bit faster driver, is going to make a move and pass me eventually, which is good. Dean is also a Zane Motorsports sponsored driver, so if he passes his team owner, I am okay with that. That means I'm doing the right thing by helping him, develop into a much faster driver, but still not trying to make it too easy for him.
You two are, you and you are, both of you, not the one
Yep.
behind. So both of you are, I saw when we were in his car, you were going across grass, but that, I will let you off this time.
Okay.
No points taken, even though I haven't given points, unless I give points, because this is interesting.
Yep. So Dean doesn't have the ZPM Motorsports livery on his car because I don't officially have one drawn or made up yet by Mark Sykes Designs.
Did you notice
so-
that he has spikes on them?
Yes.
Wow.
All right, so in through the bus stop, roll around. Looks like both of them got a pretty good drive off of that one. I know I was running the Audi with a little bit more downforce because that back end does like to get crazy, so I'm a little bit slower on the bank. So Dean should make an easy pass of me here, sucking up to the draft. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and keep to the inside and defend that inside line, and let's see how much Dean is going to push now that he's outside of the draft to get forward. So about neck and neck right by the line, maybe about a quarter of a car length difference right there at the stripe. Dean having a much faster last time, and Dean goes forward. Oh no, when he overshoots the turn 1, grabs it very well and brings it back without having to spin around or hit the tire wall. So again, these guys are right back at it, probably going into turn 1. Dean looks like takes a very inside line, and which is idle when they almost come together real quick, going around the corner. And at this particular point, I'm just going to let him go. I don't want to crash out of the race. We're only in lap 6 of 20. And I don't want to make a wreck of anybody's race at this point. There goes Chris Wells across the line with a 151.9. And it looks like some of the new guys are in the middle of the pack. We see George up there in 8th. Banana Man just made a move on Daniel, so he can overtake 9th place. So he's definitely moving up the leaderboard there. So our biggest mover that we have is George in the BMW. Look at that, and he just went past. If everyone's moving past me, Zane, that's because I probably took another spin trying to come out of the infield, trying to get a good drive off the corner and gave it too much throttle. So I'm dropping down quite a bit. So Banana Man, Michael, and George moved up. So George moved up 10 places from where he qualified. That's an amazing job.
Who is that?
That's still Dean. You want to see some other people?
Dean? So I just call him
Dean.
Dean.
Yep. Oh, here's the shut up and drive teammates going neck and neck right there at the stripe, getting ready to go into turn 1. Justin Hall takes a much longer line than probably Bradley. I think was probably
behind
been a
them.
little
Is
bit
that
more.
Banana Man? Because he's yellow.
No, that's not Banana Man. That's Mark. Yep, Mark came back, and he is in the Mercedes AMG GT3 WXYZ PLUMLEY car. It's got a lot of letters for that particular car, but Most people call it the Merc.
That cart, before we skip to this, Dean, his car was, well, it looked like a pizza because the green would be for green peppers.
Does that look like a pizza?
Yeah, and what was it? Oh, red would be the sauce.
Yeah.
But there is no pizza to put it on because there's no can. So it's just a half pizza.
Yep.
Oh, their lights are on. It's getting dark.
It is. It is a late afternoon race at Daytona, which means at some point the lights will be on the track at 50% lighting through the Musco lighting that they have there. And looks like Bradley got a good run off the draft right through the bus stop. And let's see who's going to take a good jump, get on that throttle real quick. Both cars are keeping clean, which is good. They do race together a lot during the week with their own Shut Up and Drive program that they have streaming quite often. So again, check it out. And as the new verbiage nowadays, the little kids are saying, are smash the subscribe button. So, all right, there goes Mark Burke pulling up right on the back. Wow, really sucking up in the draft to see he's going to do anything. Why are you going to switch? And he very cautiously goes and gets on the brake early for Mark just so we didn't have any type of incident going on. So right now this is the biggest and best exciting movement going on the track. But what we'll do is as we come almost to the halfway point, we will go ahead and go down some of the cars. All right, so we'll go numerically this time from 1 moving up. So there's Dean Dibdahl, who's glad to have him back. There is Bjorn in the BMW inspired art car.
Why are there so many horses?
Yep. Oh, just had a little incident there with Vincent.
And they're
Nicholas
just
Vincent.
passing him along.
Yep. He is running the Gulf livery that the Fords used to run way back in the Le Mans, 1966, 67, 68, somewhere around there. And there's Justin Hall. You can call the Jaws car.
He's 6 laps behind.
Yep. No, he fell down 6 places. So he started 10th and now he's 16th.
But why are there green ones of how many times they fell back? That one's
No,
10.
the green and the arrow up means they moved up.
They moved,
Yep.
he moved up 10, he
Yes.
moved down 1.
Correct.
And he is probably the first one
Yep.
because he has 0. Do you want me to go down the leaderboard again?
All right, there is Jesse Olsen, who's running the same
Nice.
car. Is he running the same car as Bjorn? Yep, they're running the same livery this week. I don't think they planned that or sent out the memo. Yep, there's Mark Burt, who's in the Mercedes, all yellow, and a matching helmet. Christopher Wells, there he is, seeing him for the first time tonight, keeping his car pretty clean. Doesn't look like any dents. He's just cruising right along in the Martin Sports Car Club 60th anniversary livery. There's Daniel. He's in the Audi R8 with the APR paint. Oh, back end goes around. I know that a lot. That's why I ran full downforce on mine because that did happen to me twice in that race. Here's George. We're going to have to tell George about tradingpaints.com. Oh, he's also got some damage on that car. Looks like he's fighting the wheel just a little bit.
It looks like, if you can see the front of the car, it looks like there's a giant scratch.
Yep, I think he does have a giant scratch. There is Banana Man in his Ferrari.
Yeah. Hawaii.
Yep. Oh, got a good race going on here. May have to hold out for a little bit. So Zane, looks like Zane, and who's back there? Junie, who's a lap car, are both trying to catch up to Michael in the Ferrari. Like how he has the word Banana Man on the wing and on the front windshield. Like people don't know because it's really big on the side of his car. See, moving on, there's Junie Thompson.
Why Why does it all turn red?
Yep, because they're all looking like lap cars.
Lap car.
Yep, there is Desmond. Yep, speaking of the Mercedes, we didn't have Justin Cady in this race. Definitely miss him. I know he's, we moved the races earlier a little bit, so it made it hard for him to get there. Zane Plumley, you've seen that car a million times. There's Bob Blucher. Got a little bit crazier with his blue and yellow livery on his Ferrari. Definitely got some wheels going on there. Probably taking some advice from Michael about painting those things nice and bright. Leland with his Red Bull Camo BMW. He's currently running in second place, pretty comfortably. And of course Bradley, which we all know is probably going to go on a winning streak for a certain award, which we won't talk about. All right, lap 10, we are halfway. Lexi, it's your time to go down the leaderboard to see where everyone has moved and changed.
Jesse, Leland, Bradley, Justin, Mark, Dean, George, Banana Man, Zane, Daniel, Bob,
Desmond,
Bjorn, Chris, Junie,
Yep, Nicholas, good job.
What did you say if his name was Noodles?
No, it's not Noodles.
I know, what did you say if his name was Noodles?
All right, so back to the action. Zane in 9th place is still trying to catch Banana Man right up on the draft on that one. See if he can get him in at the stripe. He does have the inside line going into turn 1 as long as he doesn't spin it around. Junie also taking advantage of the fact that Michael went a little bit wide outside and moved in on that as well. It's not for position, but Junie does want to get his lap back. Side by side, going through the short area S's through there right into turn of the first horseshoe, and still side by side. Look at these guys going at it. They do not want to give up the spot, but Michael Junie was talking about Michael all night, being very tough off the outside, coming out of the corners. So it looks like Michael's done a lot of work on that. All right, so there is Justin Hall, currently in 4th place, and he is less than a second back from Bradley. So still a good race here for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Yep, Jesse Olsen has checked out and has a 5.6 second lead. All right, take a little ride with Jesse here. See how the fast guy does it. He just posted a 146.7. Let's see. Oh, Justin Hall, a 146.6. So he has just bested the leader's time by 0.1. Justin is definitely catching up on the back end of Bradley. And looks like Leland out there all by himself in 2nd place. So coming into the 2nd horseshoe, yep, definitely fighting the wheel a little bit. These corners, without any banking, do get a lot slipperier through here. And this is the so important one to get down on the power quick. So that way you can get a great launch out of that corner, get as most speed as you can getting up to the high banks. So a lot of cars will run a lot of low downforce on this particular track because there is so much time that can be gained, at full speed, through the high banks area. So that's where some guys do it. Some guys actually run a lot of downforce and try to make up the time on the infield. So it's different ways you can actually attack it. Some guys try to do it in the middle. I know Bob was running a little bit of kind of in the middle, not so much a low downforce or high downforce, but enough that he could actually still control the car and get it to the end. I know he's been working on his rig a lot lately, and I think he's probably figured out the brake issue, which is good. So what's going on over there in Lexiland?
There's no Lexiland.
What? What do you mean there's no Lexiland?
Like when Alice said she had a world of her own.
Something like that.
If I had a world of my own, everything would be nonsense.
Well, racing is
Nonsense.
maybe nonsense sometimes. It takes a different breed, you know, to get in these cars and understand the dynamics of, you know, what's on a racer's mind. It's not just having the determination to do it, but there's a lot that goes into it as well.
Sunset.
Yep, it is coming in sunset.
Can you please go to where you can see everything so we can see the sunset?
Oh, we will in a little bit.
Okay, because it's nice to see the sunset.
Yeah.
Soon it'll be gone. Look at the lights getting darker and darker. Lighter and lighter.
You can see the lights on the road now. All right, so I got the sector times up on the bottom of the screen so we can see who's gaining and who's losing. Oh, George in the pits. I think I remember him saying that he did not fuel his car for the amount of laps that were in the race. He actually joined at the very last minute. So he is in pit. Same thing with Desmond and also Daniel. So maybe those guys got together towards the back.
7 laps to go.
Yep, 7 laps to go.
I did it because I counted on.
Yep, this leaderboard's a little bit different. So there goes Chris Wells. Chris Wells is passing everybody in the pits. He just made up 4 spots in the pits. That's amazing, Chris. Way to go. Way to be consistent. Still running those 151s, and that's where he feels comfortable, and that's what's working for him. So it looks like he's going to get a pretty good result after being very consistent and cautious. But these guys right through here, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and who is mixed in there as well? Looks like Leland. So these guys have caught up to Leland. I don't know if Leland had a mistake in there, or these guys are just after being draft buddies and trying to use the draft to actually get more speed, because 2 cars will go through the air faster than 1, and they have caught up to Leland and made a race of this thing.
So, 6 laps to go.
Yep.
And you can see the lights getting brighter and brighter and the sun getting darker and darker into the moon.
I don't know if there's a moon on here or not.
That would be amazing.
So if you're looking at the leaderboard, you'll see some of the times on the intervals in different colors, and that just means that's where the close battles are actually happening. There's Junie Thompson throwing down a 148 flat. So after he went to the pits, got his car fixed from a wreck in the bus stop. Looks to be 2 seconds back from Daniel, and he does want to make up some space. I know Junie wants to get a little bit higher than 15th. I know he qualified about mid-pack and like to get back there like he normally does. All right, so going down to the sector box, looks like Bradley keeps putting on a little bit of time onto Justin, and probably because Bradley has caught up to the draft of Leland and has dropped Justin from the draft. So they have to figure out how Justin Hall can get back in there. Didn't lose a lot through second 4, but Bradley is definitely within striking distance now. Let's see how they're going to take to turn 1. Bradley goes to the outside. Let Leland know that he's actually going through there. Leland will take the lower side, brake straighter for a little bit longer, a little bit harder, and both of them give each other space, which is good. Bradley was probably looking for the over-under, but Leland did protect that on the inside, but not too close to those tires because that will really mess up somebody's day. And on that note as well, with these 2 scrapping it out just a little bit, looks like Justin Hall's caught back up again. So that's a good thing, making a good race out of this. Yep, looking at some other areas, looks like Bob Blucher is coming up to Banana Man, less than a second, and Junie Thompson. Let's see what Junie's, we'll come back to these guys. There's Junie coming up on Daniel, it looks like. I don't know if that's for position. Looks like it is for position. Desmond is in the pits again, so it looks like he had another off. Yep, he sure did, because there goes Junie and Daniel right around him. Oh, and who was that slid out? Who's running the other Audi? That was Daniel. Daniel slid out in the first corner again. All right, Junie got that space, moving up. Doing well. Chris Wells still looking 4 places. George up 6, so he dropped a little bit when he had to go into the pits for gas. And looks like everyone's moving pretty well. All right, camera back on the exciting feature of everything. And these 3 guys are still looking pretty racy. Won't take much for one of these guys to make a mistake, but they rarely do, which is good. That's why they make for good racing right up front. And there's, again, another little later line of an apex right through there for Bradley. Yep, Leland is a tough cookie to pass in the corners, I will tell you that. It will have to take a really good launch out of a corner or some seat of your pants braking that he may not want to deal with to get past Leland. I've been racing with him for years on real tracks and online in a lot of practice sessions, and it's been a lot of fun, you know, being able to tangle with him in some of these corners and pick up some of his lines. But he definitely loves practicing passing people, which he does pretty well. So now he's going into defense mode through there. So, all right, what you got, Lexi?
4 laps to go.
Yep, 4 laps to go. Should be rolling through some here. Tires should be pretty well worn in at this.
Was that the balloon?
That was an airplane. There's an airport right next to Daytona International Speedway.
Okay.
All right, let's see where. There's Jesse going by Chris Wells for some lap traffic. Want to use as much of the draft that he can. Not that he really needs it with a 9.2 second gap back to Leland and the boys, but we're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go back to these guys. I mean, this is where the biggest race is. So, what you got?
3 laps to go.
3 laps. So things are really gonna get dicey, I believe. Right now, it seems to be the best thing. I know Bob Blucher is closing in on Banana Man.
I have a winner.
But these 3 guys are definitely. Oh, Bradley trying to poking his nose in a little bit as Leland goes through there. Oh, there's Chris Wells off a little bit, maybe too much gas coming out of the first horseshoe, and politely stays out of the way for Mark Burt at full speed, which was nice. One thing I got to say about this particular group in this league that we're in, everyone is such great sportsmanship towards each other, and whenever we do have incidents during the race, everyone is in the Discord channel for at least an hour afterwards apologizing and watching videos. Was it my fault? Your fault? I'm so sorry, you know. So it's great to see the sportsmanship on, you know, on the track in the game, and also you know, in the Discord as well. So tight group, and really fun to run with all these guys, which is good. Okay, so Bradley once again looking for any way he can find some sort of system to get around Leland. Leland does protect the inside line. Should give Bradley a little bit better line through there. Hopefully get a little more speed. But man, Leland was tough coming out of that bus stop chicane. This is definitely one of Leland's, you know, favorite tracks. He's been on here a lot, and a
2 laps
myriad.
To go.
Oh, 2 laps to go, and a myriad of different cars. I'm not sure if Bradley has been on there. I guess I'll ask him that, or he can just scream right now as he watches the video, so everyone can hear him if he's been on Daytona or not. But you couldn't tell if he was or if he wasn't. I mean, because he is definitely up there, acting like he has just been born on this track and keeping pace with everyone else. So this is the closest race that is on there, looking at the leaderboard. Man, it is tight. So what this will do is, coming out of the bus stop, this will actually help Justin Hall get a double draft, which I've done in some Miata races, to pass a whole lot of people before the start-finish line. And if you guys have ever been to a Rolex 24, You know that sometimes you don't always want to be the first guy out of the bus stop because everyone else uses your draft and passes you by the start-finish line. So we'll see how this one goes. Junie and Nicholas swapping places, maybe because they're both going to the pits. Unfortunately, there's Junie in the pit again. Man, he's having a rough night. I feel bad for him. He's such a great competitor. They're pretty consistent.
Hi.
Hi.
Can I give up points? It's almost over, so...
Oh, you can definitely give out points right after Bradley had a little issue coming out, and Justin Hall goes in for the kill with his shark machine.
1 lap to go!
Yep, it's getting there. So this lap and one more lap. 'Cause you gotta
Wait, but where's the
20
white
laps.
flag? There needs to be a white flag.
There will be, don't worry. Oh, Bob Blucher running a little bit wide.
Wait, I didn't see that car. Can you go back, please? There was this car. It looked like EJ.
Yep. All right, so there is Leland. Justin losing just very little time, 400ths of a second. That's not much in the racing world, unless it's at the start-finish line for the end of the race, or it is running NASCAR. That's like a mile and a half with 43 guys under a second crossing the line. All right, lap 19, and Mark Burt is back there in 5th, closing in on Bradley. I don't know if Bradley had a little issue coming out of the bus stop, maybe he missed a gear, but he definitely fell a place and fell some seconds back and is falling to prey to Mark Burt.
Did you say Mark?
Burt.
Oh, I thought you
Yep.
said.
All right, let's check in with our leader. There he goes. Yeah, just like in Formula One, you know, if you're out there in the lead by 10, 11, you know, or in case of this year's, the Mercedes parade that they got going on in Formula One, this, you know, the leader usually doesn't get a lot of airtime. So we'll like to say to Jesse, you know, give him some little time in there. Great racer.
Congratulations, whoever
No, that's the white
won.
flag.
There's 22 laps?
No.
But there's 20
you have to finish 20 laps. He just started the 20th lap.
Oh.
Yep.
Blinky.
No, that's not blinky well. So that's what drivers do whenever they come up upon a slower car. They blink their lights to let them know that they're a faster car and they are a leader to go through and just to say, hey, you know, and then they'll flash again as they go by saying, hey, thank you very much for not taking me out and wrecking my whole race as a back marker.
Wait. So they tell each other symbols?
Yep. All right, now you can give out points.
Since we are so close, 150.
Whoa, that's a lot of points. Is that because Daytona is such a big track? Maybe.
I just want to tell you that before we do this, even if it changes, I just want to say, once I choose my winner, I'm not going to tell it to you at the race right now on this video. It'll be a surprise. So you can find out on Facebook. Is
Yep,
that right?
that's right, at the
Yes,
Martin Sports Car Club page. Blah, 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 blah. Martin Sports Car Club.
Martin Sports Car Club. You
Page.
Can page, and you will find my winner.
Yep. All right, so speaking of the winner, right back here with Jesse Olson. Congratulations as he's rolling right there to the checkered flag. Another win for Jesse. Congratulations. We're going to check back in here real quick. Justin Hall trying to break the draft. Leland Giddens comes in 2nd. Justin Hall in 3rd. Oh, takes him out for the celebratory crash-orama.
That's my car.
All right, who else is going to be coming
Told you
through
during the
the
party.
line? Dean.
No, that's what I call a
There
snow
he goes.
party.
Chris Well crosses the line. Dean is almost there. Glad to have Dean back. Hopefully he'll be able to join us for every race for the rest of the season. I know he wants to make up some places in the championship leaderboard, and there he goes right next to finishes the race with a 149.2. Nicely done.
Congratulations.
Woo! There goes his celebratory crash.
I want to do that.
Yep, here comes Zane in the Audi, and for once, it's not wrecked.
So this is a chance that you've never crashed?
Yep, so far hasn't crashed. There it is, across the line with the 150.
Oh, you're in 7th place. That's the very... Oh, did you see that you just knocked down a cone?
Yep, here's Bjorn.
Congratulations, everybody. I cannot hold in who my car is.
Woo! He flipped over. And there goes Bob past the line as well.
Donut party. Also, I can't hold it in. My winner is the car.
Which car?
Just keep going, keep moving. The one that's upside down.
Oh. You mean that car?
Yeah.
The one that just became a disco ball?
Someone, look, you're supposed to do it.
All right. Well, that concludes us another week here with the Martin Sports Car Club iRacing Championship. Thank you guys for joining. Lexi just can't stop laughing. Oh my goodness. So again, congratulations to Jesse Olson for first, Leland Giddens in second, Justin Hall finishes on the podium. Boy, she got some giggle juice in her. And all the other drivers that participated this week. Next week we are at Road America, so hope to see you then. And thank you very much. See you next week.
I'm sorry, goodbye. Oh, he got back up to chasing each other.